Monday Night Wars podcast.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Monday Night Wars. It is August 25th, 1997. We're at the Carolina Coliseum in Columbia, South Carolina. This guy's trying to mess me up, but he can't because I am a professional. With me, as always, is Joseph Rojas. Joseph, how are you?
Well, I'm sick. So yeah. I've been sick the last couple days. Yeah, a little coffee. Drinking actually a little coffee. You know what I mean? But I am sick, and we got to run through as quick as possible because I got to spend time with my nephews today. And funny little anecdote. My one of my coworkers. I went to work yesterday. I had taken a couple days off because I was really sick, and then I forced myself in yesterday
to give everybody. Gotcha. Yeah.
And, well, I have an office, so I can stay away from people. but so I was talking to one of my coworkers, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get better before I, spend time with my nephews. It's my sister-in-law's birthday. We're gonna take the nephews off their hands, so that way her and my brother can go spend the day together and have a good time, and really not have to worry about anything." So I was like, I really, really want to get better before that happens. And he was like, "Yeah, you don't want to get those kids sick." And I was like, actually, those kids have gotten me sick a ton of times. So it might be nice to actually reverse it, get them sick, and then get their whole family sick.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging that, actually. So maybe I don't want to get better.
So there you have it. And we've got a special edition of the Monday Night Wars because we have a completely unopposed WCW Nitro. Raw is not on for the next 2 weeks. Do you have an explanation for this, Joseph? Do you know why? Because I remember last time we talked, you couldn't figure out why they were off for 2 weeks in a row.
I looked it up and I couldn't figure it out this time either. It apparently someone I saw someone who was a fan, not of our show, of the actual WWF, was saying in like a Reddit thread or something that they remember there being episodes in Canada during this time of just like random stuff they just compiled through together. It's exclusively USA Network, to my understanding, that cannot keep this running. So whatever USA Network's doing could be a tennis thing. It's not the dog show. The dog show doesn't happen in August, I don't believe. So it's not that. But yeah, there's some reason that USA for this week and next week doesn't have them on.
So naturally, WCW is going to pull out all the stops and give us back-to-back bangers.
Absolutely.
Of a show. We start with a recap of the Vulture from Clash of Champions. This is kind of a famous moment in wrestling history where Sting's got a vulture and it flies down to the ring to give the NWO a note. The vulture looks like it is scared out of its mind. I'm sure PETA was very upset.
Yeah.
We talk about it on the Clash of the Champions pod, so I don't think we need to get any more into it, Joseph, do we? Okay, then let's get into Mean Gene, who's on the phone with J.J. Dillon, because J.J. finally knows what Sting wants, but whether he gets it, that's a different question, isn't it, Joseph?
That's true. So Mean Gene starts this by actually interviewing Eric Bischoff. That's who he starts with. And Eric Bischoff is, he's telling JJ to bite him. I'm ignoring.
Why you gotta make me look bad? Oh, actually, it starts that way. Is JJ Dillon not on the phone? Is he not on the phone?
He's on the phone after that.
He's on the phone.
We get a weird feed interloop where they're trying to get JJ Dillon's phone connected to the audience so they can hear him, which I'm not criticizing. It's, that's very like new technology to get all that stuff going through. So I get it. Yes, he is now on the phone, and he tells Bischoff not to celebrate just yet, because if you didn't know this, the NWO is allegedly having a birthday, and Bischoff has been celebrating this birthday for months.
Yes.
He tells Bischoff not to celebrate just yet. WCW officials have determined that Sting spoke volumes, and he will sign a match between Sting and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. At some point, he is going to figure out how to do this, and Bischoff is irate. I do like that he's like, Sting spoke volumes. Yeah, that's what we were saying for fucking weeks, and you guys couldn't figure out,
Like 3 weeks ago.
yeah, what he wanted. Anyways, he says if Hogan wanted Sting, he would take him. This is Bischoff now speaking. If Hogan wanted Sting, he would take him. While he's talking smack, Sting comes from behind Bischoff. He pulls a Hogan shirt out of his coat and shows it to a groveling Bischoff, who now realizes he's here and is like, no, please don't hurt me, sir. Please don't hurt me. He puts it on Bischoff's head and then kicks him to the floor and then stuffs the shirt into his mouth. Zbyszko says he guess he won't be able to bite anyone. Good line, Zbyszko.
Oh!
Sting then smiles. Whoa. He's happy. He's finally getting what he wants. Honestly, I enjoyed this segment. I've said this on the Clash of the Champions that we have these 2 weeks that are unopposed. The first week, I think they actually do a very good job. The second week is horrible. So I liked this. I'm giving this an A. I enjoyed this segment.
There you have it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We've realized that we know what Sting wants. And so we're gonna this is actually the thing that you said you wanted, right? The 2 weeks ago, when it was very clear, we had that organic moment. We want Sting pointing to the crowd, oh, what do we do now? We've got to figure out a way to drag this out further, even though everyone knows he wants Hogan. This is how they do it. Right? Bischoff goes, no, you don't get him. It's that simple.
This should have happened the week after that moment where he pointed to the crowd who was chanting Hogan. That would have been perfect. Yeah. We would have perfect storytelling between those 2 weeks.
Hogan doesn't work for you. The NWO is a separate entity. He doesn't have to wrestle anyone if he doesn't want to, and he's not going to wrestle Sting. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Then we get one of Raven's weird promos where we quote the Raven, nevermore. Joseph, do you want to talk about this promo itself? Do you have anything to say about
all I have is he cuts a promo telling us about bad things we do and the cost of those things, which, like, again, on the surface, I kind of dig what Raven's doing. I just don't like how he does it. Like, I don't know why, because people love Raven. I am like an outsider in this. I can't connect to it. I like the ideas. I love Mankind. I love Bray Wyatt. I cannot get behind Raven. I don't know why. I'm giving this a B because I think I'm the biased one here, so I didn't want to give it a bad grade. I know what he's doing. I like the idea. I just can't get into it.
You're giving it a gentleman's B. I love to see it. My whole thing is, I liked Raven. I was a Raven fan as a kid. I kind of like what they're doing. I like what they're doing here if they do something, but they don't really do anything with it, right? We have the hindsight 2020. And what I think is so ridiculous about it is they've done this now for 2 weeks in a row. We do these just grungy, dark Raven promos about the consequences of our actions and kind of these sorts of things. And then we get the Nitro Girls. Like, what a whiplash.
Yeah.
We get the Nitro Girls out there shaking their stuff in preparation for Glacier and Ernest Miller versus La Parka and Psychosis for 2 minutes. Joseph, tell me about this.
Well, I'm looking through the card right now. I think this and one other segment are the worst graded segments I have. So if this is our floor, we're okay.
Bad.
Yeah. So like you said, it's La Parka and Psychosis versus Glacier and Ernest the Cat Miller. La Parka uses a chair to give Psychosis the win. Ultimo Dragon shows up and Silver King attacks him when the 3 luchadors all gang up on him. Okay, I gave this a D. They don't know what to do with Glacier and Ernest the Cat Miller, and I think next week they actually officially like bury Glacier. Like he's going to be around, but that's when they go like, we've given up on this guy. This gets a D. It's not really anything to write home about.
I'm trying to see if this is where Glacier gets jobbed out. There's a very specific, but I think there's a specific moment where they just totally job him out, and we haven't gotten there yet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. After that, though, Well, I guess we have Ultimo. There's a segue here where Ultimo comes out to protest the interference and all of that, and then Silver King comes out and they try to start their match, right? They get it going, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimo versus Silver King. And let me see, I got a time on this. 5 minutes, 20 seconds.
Match is fun, and Dragon wins with the Dragon Sleeper. I'm kind of surprised that he won, given the fact that he got beat down by the other three luchadors going into this match. Like, the whole point of this match was like him being like, yeah, I can still go, and the ref being like, I don't really think you should. I think it's weird that you'd have him win. I think he should have taken the L here. Like, that made perfect storyline sense. He's the resilient face, but he just can't overcome the odds. I think that would have been fine. I gave this a C. It's a weird ending.
It is. It is. But is it as weird as our next segment?
I'm really disappointed in this segment, not because of the segment, because of me.
Oh, because you can't do the voice? Because you're sick? Ooh, that's terrible. We got Scott Hall. We got Randy Savage. And we got Miss Elizabeth on the ramp to introduce our newest member of the NWO, Diamond Dallas Page.
Mm-hmm.
They all voted.
Absolutely.
He's in.
Yeah.
Macho Man, though, he voted no.
Yes.
But there's no weak links in the NWO, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, Joseph.
Yeah, that is this segment. So yeah, they talk about that because what they're playing off of is the Clash of the Champions match. DDP being blinded and then hitting a diamond cutter on Lex. So they're trying to say, oh yeah, he's actually one of the NWO now. Which you're not going to believe this, Scott. Commentary is like, no, he is. How?
Uh-oh.
What? Why? What? Stop it. Stop the is he in the NWO thing. Anyways.
Just recognize that this is a joke.
Yes.
That they're making fun of DDP for accidentally, while blind, diamond cutting Lex Luger. That's the angle you should have. The outrage.
Yes.
Oh, stop. He did not accident. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's what you do, right?
So like you said, he says that he voted no for DDP, but then he realized they don't have a weak link. So that's going to be that's the person they needed, which I thought was a fantastic line. He also says that Lex Luger, I love every time he brings up Lex Luger, he always says Lex Luger, the total package. Like, he can't just say Lex Luger or Luger. It's Lex Luger, the total package. He uses his Christian name, and I appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. Full name, full Christian name is beautiful.
He mentions that he was at the very top, but starting at Sturgis and continuing through Clash of Champions, he's been in a slump, which is true. I love it because he's just insulting the fact that he got screwed a number of times. The crowd chants Macho sucks, which is wrong, and how fucking dare you. So Mach says, just for that, the total package, Lex Luger, I'm calling you out tonight, and your slump's going to continue. He's going to punk him out. And we kind of end with that, him saying he's going to give him the big elbow. And I love this. I gave this an A. It's Mach at Mach's height. I have this. So you mentioned that when you were here for our 100th episode, and you actually got to see how I write out these promos. I have it all like that. It's phonetically written out. He does the elongated butt that he does. I've got it, lowercase U's, uppercase U's. I've got the whole thing out. And someone at my work decided to get me sick. And so I think if I did that, I would lose my voice.
That's terrible. It's terrible. We'll have to come back. We'll have to, once you're feeling better, you have to come back, re-edit this episode, and just put it in. just the vinyl script. And then
what is it? Was it Masterpiece Theater? Just do a whole segment.
Yeah. We'll do a commentary track for this commentary track. I shouldn't have said that while you were drinking. Anyways, let's get back to the potatoes of it. We got 605 Saturday night. We got the Steiner brothers. We got Eddie Guerrero. We got Glacier. Steve Mongo McMichael, who is the new U.S. champion in action. I'll say championship, which didn't make sense in the way I said that sentence. U.S. champion, Steve Mongo McMichael. God help us. It's all on 605 Saturday night. After that, though, Mean Gene gets DDP out because we've got to figure out what's going on. Is DDP in the NWO. Why are we doing this, Joseph? Why? We know it was a mistake. We know they were mocking him. Just play it like that.
Yes. My note here is this is ridiculous. And then right after I wrote that, DDP calls the question ridiculous. And I was like, agreed, DDP. DDP says he tried to apologize to Lex, but he hasn't been able to get a hold of him since that night. After it, he had already left. He says that, he went home. It's the first time he's been home in months. So he didn't spend time trying to connect with Lex. He wanted to be home with his family, which admirable. And he says, look, I'm a stand-up guy, which, by the way, is only a recent turn of events. I'm a stand-up guy. And I'm talking storyline-wise. DDP is a stand-up.
Yes.
I'm a stand-up guy. And he says that Lex is also a stand-up guy. So let's just resolve this man-to-man. He's like, look, I'm not going to make this
Lex also a stand-up guy,
yes.
but just recently.
Yes. And that one is him. This is fine. This is fine.
That, bro, I don't think you understand how leveled that joke is.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
Okay. Terrible. I'm going to get canceled for that. Anyways, tell me more.
Yeah, you're knowing your luck, he's gonna drop dead tomorrow, and then we're gonna have put out this episode, and I'm gonna have to fucking edit the whole thing out. Oh man,
we like Lex.
We do.
We do. It's true. He's grown on us.
Yes,
sure.
Yes. We started not liking Lex, and by the end we like Lex. So there you go. Although we've got a few more years of this, so we'll see.
It's true.
Anyways, this is fine. It's fine, except for the NWO stuff. You could have just been like, why can't you and Lex get on the same page? And that would have been fine. You don't have to do the NWO. Are you a member of the NWO? That should not have entered this conversation at all. I gave this a C.
You know what I love about this segment is this is basically what happened with Lex and Sting, but they're just going to talk it out and it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Which is all Lex and Sting should have done. Instead, Sting went emo and has gone 8 months on a vengeance crusade of 8 months.
Yeah.
It's like, you could have just talked it out like Sting and DDP. Mm-hmm. Anyways, we got Jeff Jarrett and Chris Benoit in a 3-minute match. Tell me, Joseph.
For 3 minutes, this is very good. Benoit goes for and misses his diving headbutt, and then Benoit superplexes Jarrett. But as they fall, Jarrett hooks Benoit's legs for the 1, 2, 3. This is a very quick match, but really a creative ending. I don't think I've seen that before. I'm sure it's happened before, but I haven't seen it. Very cool ending to this. I gave this a B.
Yeah, it's intense. It's a real back and forth. It's a great match between the two. Benoit, all of Benoit's matches, it's all he does is intense matches, right? So that's what it is. That's what we get. It's a good match. I'm not making a joke. I could, but God, we are not gonna do that.
I had a few in the chamber.
I know. I could see you. I could see the flicker, which is why I had to jump in and say, I could make a joke, but I'm not going to. Anyways, Nitro Girls, because we have to change the subject before the demons get in to Joseph's brain. God. Nitro Girls. They have paraphernalia now. They have items that you can get. Apparently, you can send off now to get a Nitro party pack, I guess. Maybe it's when you send your tape in, you get a box back, but they're showing you things that you can get. And one of them is the top 10 reasons to watch Monday Nitro. And I paused because I wanted to jot some of these down. I don't have all 10.
Okay.
Because they don't really show you all 10. But I'm going to tell you that I'm going to go down like David Letterman. Number 10. No more Raw on Monday nights. Number 9. Mondays will no longer suck.
Okay.
Number 8. 2 words. Nitro Girls. Number 7. Monday Night Football is for wimps.
Wow.
That's wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you think you were going to take on Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
WWE
Yeah.
don't try to take on Monday Night Football.
They did. Eric Bischoff's head, he can't get through doors right now. 6, show off the NWO black and white color scheme in your den, which this one I think is weird because we don't like NWO. Why would the WCW, who is promoting Nitro parties, have something like pro NWO on their shirt? Anyways, number 5, you were planning to buy new furniture anyways. I did kind of like that one. I did like that one. And that's all I got. That's all I could see. At least that was legible. But yeah, we got those. What do you got any thoughts, or should we move on to our match?
Got no thoughts. I don't do the
See?
potatoes. I don't do the potatoes.
See? If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't know. Mortis and Wrath versus the Faces of Fear. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Tell me.
So this is, I mentioned earlier when we had, what was the segment earlier? I'm about to sneeze.
Oh no.
La Parka and Psychosis versus Glacier. There it is. It's on camera.
Leave it in. Leave it in.
La Parka and Psychosis versus Glacier and Ernest Cat Miller. I mentioned that was one of the 2 bad segments. This is the other one. So again, this is our floor. I just realized that Wrath and Mortis have no team name, which is odd. Like, they've been together forever. Why don't they have a team name? I only thought about that because Barbarian and Mang are Faces of Fear. So it's like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you have a team name? Mang wins with a death grip again, and this feud is incredibly one-sided. I gave it a D.
And then we get hour number 2.
I love that. That was great.
Bro, I heard the echo in my headset. Holy shit, that's gonna get dropped. Anyways, I'm gonna say it again because it's probably gonna get dropped. Hour number 2. Tony Schiavone, Bobby, and Mike Tenay. And we open with the Horsemen. Ric Flair, Chris Benoit, Steve, Mongo, McMichael. Tell me about this one. Tell me about this one, Joseph. It's hot. It's hot, bro.
This is a fantastic segment. This is an all-timer segment, and it's only going to take them a week to ruin it. Anyways, we only have 3 horsemen, as you mentioned. Flair wants Hennig out now. Either he is a horseman or he's not. They need an answer. Finally. Flair says they waited for 2 months. We know. And they want an answer tonight. Hennig says, look, he isn't ready. And Hennig is friend zoning them hard. And let's be clear here. It's okay and well within your rights to just want to be friends, but don't string a homie along. There's a difference. Hennig, you should know better. There's a difference. Anyways, Flair, who is not about consent, says, I have someone here to talk to you, and introduces Arn Anderson. Arn comes out.
Enforcer himself.
Arn comes out.
We love Arn.
Yes, we do. Arn comes out and he tells Hennig he parlayed an average size speed and ability into a great career off of sheer will. But they took 4 vertebrae out of his neck, and his left hand is too weak to even hold a glass. He knew he could overcome that too through sheer will. He was doing just that and has come a long way. But the other day, he had something happen at the gym. That was like a cold slap in the face of reality. A guy about Hennig's size slapped him on the back and said, "Double A, where you been? We missed you on TV." Just that slap made him drop his water and his system drop out. As he watched the water flow out of the bottle, it was like someone dropped an hourglass of his career and the sand was running out. Not only would it be suicide for him to wrestle again, he would endanger the careers of the men in the ring. Being anything other than the enforcer in his best friend Flair's eyes, he'd rather walk away. Flair, by the way, at this point is a mess and is trying very hard to keep it together, which I totally get. I'm not knocking that. Even Gene is getting choked up. Gene is getting choked up during this. For all the people who ever bought a ticket to see Arn wrestle, whether you loved me or hated me, you knew when the bell rang, I gave you everything I had. The fact is, I got nothing left to give. He wants to be remembered as he was, not as he is. His last act as a horseman is to challenge Kurt to stand beside his best friend and help lead the horsemen to their former glory. I'm not, he goes, I'm giving you the only thing I got left.
Mhm.
Not a spot, not a spot, my spot. Kurt Hennig has only one thing to say. It would be a privilege. This is a phenomenal segment. It's a stupid story leading to this segment, to be clear.
Yeah.
It's a stupid story after this segment, but it is a phenomenal segment, and it gets an A.
It's fantastic. And yeah, as you said, Rick is a mess.
Yes.
Like this is real. Arn is retiring. This is not a bit. Arn is retiring from wrestling. This is his retirement speech. Many people regard it as one of the kind of the greatest retirement speeches in wrestling. It's a really good speech, just about how happy he's been to like entertain people and work with some great people and all that. And
It's a rare retirement speech where it gets to serve a story purpose. Most retirement speeches kind of come out of left field. Like Edge had a great one when he had to retire, when he initially had his severe neck problems and he had to retire. It was a great speech, but it came out of left field because no one knew it was coming, and they didn't have time to like, let's develop this into a story. Like, no, he needed to go get help immediately. So most of those come out of left field. They could be great speeches, but they're not planned. This one, I think they knew the writing was on the wall for months. We obviously had the great speech a few months ago, talks about his mom, or I think it was his mom or his grandma who was like dying from, I think it was his mom who was dying from cancer. And it gives the analogy of like her basically leaving the family to him and him leaving the family, to, his horsemen to, Flair and all that. So he kind of knew this was a possibility. And he's had a few months to figure out, like, is there a way to use this? And they do. And it's extraordinary. It is a fantastic segment that serves the purpose of Arn saying how he feels about the fans and his career and all that, and letting them know how much he appreciates them, while also being able to put over this new version of the Horseman. And surely there is no way you could ruin this momentum you've built. And then we're going to do the title card, the little SpongeBob thing where it's like 1 week later. That's what we're going to do because they ruin it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if it's what what I think you're thinking, it's good heat though.
It is. But we'll talk about
It's
it.
awful.
We will talk about it because it's important but complicated.
Yes. And I'll end the segment on this note that it is important for those listening to remember that Kurt Hennig said it would be a privilege because that will come back. After that, we get a match. We've got Mongo. What a great segue. They already got Mongo out here for this. Get the hell in the ring. We got a match. Steve Mongo McMichael versus Eddie Guerrero for the WCW United States Heavyweight title. And it is 3 minutes. Tell me about it, Joseph.
Mongo wins easily. Get to see. That's all I got.
All right. There you go. Then we get Mean Gene with Rey Mysterio Jr. He comes down the ramp. He's injured. He's trying to avoid surgery. Conan messed him up, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then here comes Conan. Tell me about it, Joseph.
Yeah, he asks if Ray needs surgery. He says, he knows he's been putting it off, all that. I'm getting a phone call from a spam number. I get so many spam phone calls nowadays. It's wild. Anyways, Ray says he wishes he could be in the ring wrestling and he should have been smarter about wrestling Conan. He will have a definite answer tomorrow after he meets with a knee specialist. Then Conan comes out. He says, spare yourself humiliation, grab yourself a Happy Meal and call it a night, which is a fantastic line. That's a great line because obviously Ray is so small. Then the Giant comes from behind to protect Ray. Ray calls Giant family. What? Since when?
Beautiful.
This gets a C.
Beautiful.
It's fine, but what? They don't know what to do with Giant. It's very obvious. They have no idea what to do with Giant.
Giant, our latest entrant into the cruiserweight division. You didn't know? You didn't know that Giant last name was Mysterio? Oh, I thought you liked. Anyways, then we get Eric Bischoff over to the announce table. I do enjoy that Bobby just immediately leaves. He's just
Yes.
like, I don't want none of it. I'm out. Bischoff then tells Mike Tenay that he needs to leave. So Mike Tenay leave. And then it's just Tony, Schiavone, and Eric, because apparently Eric wants to do some commentary. And the crowd starts chanting, Larry. Larry Zbyszko is over, ladies and gentlemen. They want to see Larry wipe the floor with Eric, but Eric's got a restraining order on him. You want to add anything to that? I mean, I pretty much summed it up. You want to add anything?
Yeah, he does tell Larry, who he presumes is watching 50 feet. Hence referencing the restraining order. It's fine. Get to see from me. I don't remember how long he's going to be on commentary, but he'll definitely be for the next match for sure. But I don't remember how long beyond that.
What a segue. Let's talk about our next match, which is Chris Jericho versus Yuji Nagata for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. What? That's his name, right?
Yuji Nagata.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Nagata. 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Tell me about it, Joseph.
Jericho wins a very fun match with a lion tamer. Not much to say about it. It gets a B. Honestly, Bischoff provides good commentary. I'm fine with it. We like Bischoff's commentator. That's what he should have stayed.
Yeah.
The whole time. Anyways, this gets a B for me.
What is not going to get a B from you? What is going to get an A from you is our next segment, because we got Lee Marshall on the road, 1-800-COLLECT, and he is in Pensacola, Florida. And Joseph, you won't believe it. Everyone's a fan of WCW Nitro there. Tell me about it.
He says that Pensacola is filled with history. It's the oldest city in the United States, but no truth to the rumor that it was discovered by Ponce de la Bischoff looking for the fountain of arrogance. It's an A+. That bro didn't even know Bischoff was going to be at commentary. Hit that off the dump. He probably knew. They probably wrote it ahead of time. But I'm saying he didn't. It was great. A+.
It is fun because Bobby's not there, so he swerves us and gives us a Bischoff joke, and we love to see it. What we don't love is the next segment, because I really don't understand it. We got Harlem Heat and Jacqueline with Mean Gene, and they say they're the real #1 contenders, and they want the Steiner brothers to step aside so they can take out the Steiner brothers, or the Outsiders, not the Steiner brothers, the Outsiders, and then Vicious and Delicious appear, and Vincent is there, and this goes off the rails.
Yes.
Tell me, Joseph.
This is really a tale of two halves of this segment. The first half I love, right? Booker introduces Jackie as the new member of the Harlem Heat, which I feel like we've kind of already known for weeks, regardless.
Yes.
Booker says, why are the Steiners, also really important, they're no longer calling her Jacqueline, they're calling her Jackie. So there you go. Booker says, why are the Steiners still #1 contenders and not them? He tells the Steiners to step aside, like you mentioned. Stevie says they never had to leave America to get their reputation, alleging that the Steiners had to go to like Japan and Canada and all these other places. They did it here in America.
Good line.
It is. It's a good line. Steiners arrive and Scott calls them dumb, and then Vicious and Delicious come out. So before the Vicious and Delicious, like, I get what Harlem Heat's doing. They're saying, look, we deserve our shot, and you guys had your shot and you didn't win. So step aside. Let us do it. We can do it. That is objectively a very good idea. And then Vicious and Delicious come out, and Bagwell says the Outsiders won, and Harlem Heat can't beat the Outsiders, and neither team can beat Vicious and Delicious. So Harlem Heat and the Steiners team up on them as we head to commercial. So they just ends in a brawl. It's like, what? Why? The story was so intriguing with the Steiners and Harlem Heat. Vicious and Delicious didn't even be part of it. I do agree that Vicious and Delicious should be getting screen time. They are fun. I like them. I like seeing them on my screen. It's fine if you want to put them with one of these two tag teams. You don't need all three at the same time. And that's the problem that I think we have. You have a really interesting storyline over here. You have a pretty interesting storyline over here. Those two things you can't just add together and make it good. So I gave this a C.
Well, my guess is you're going to get all three of them in a match at Fall Brawl. So we'll see, because I assume that's what this is leading up to. After that, we get the Nitro Girls. And then, speaking of dancing fools, we get Alex Wright versus Dino Malenko for the WCW World Television Championship. We've only done 2 of these, and I'm already starting to lose it.
Yeah.
Tell me about this one for 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
Jarrett and Eddie Guerrero interfere. Jarrett locks in the figure 4 on Malenko while Eddie hits the frog splash, which is a great finisher that really never becomes a thing. They will call back to it next week. Wright helps them. So is he a member of Deborah's harem now? We don't know. This gets a C.
Or maybe he's in the NWO.
Whoa.
Yeah. Nitro Girls! Back to back, bro. That's crazy. Maybe they just realized they hadn't used them enough. Like, or maybe they're contractually obligated to appear like 3 times.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, oh no, 4 times. I'm looking back how many times I have Nitro Girls in all caps because that's why I write Nitro Girls. 4 times. We've got the Nitro Girls 4 times. And that leads us to our main event. To the thousands in attendance and the millions watching at home. You pay me $250,000, bro. I present to you Lex Luger and the Macho Man Randy Savage. Someone had to do it because you can't. 8 minutes, 15 seconds. Tell me about it, Joseph.
This is a decent and simple match, and Lex goes to rack Mach when Scott Hall interferes. DDP tries to help Luger, and in a reverse of last week, DDP gets racked by Lex Luger in an identical spot. We close the show with this, and it's okay. It's fine. Get to see from me. I get what they're doing here. I do. I don't hate it. We'll see how it plays out. But right now, it's like, okay, the show kind of ends on a whimper, I feel like. This really would have been a very good, not your main event thing. But whatever. Get to see from me.
Wow. Lex and what would you made your main event then tonight? Of the card we got, what would you have done?
Oh, I wouldn't have done anything on this card. Actually, I probably would have done
Oh my goodness.
Steiners versus Harlem Heat. Let's get that. Yeah, for the number 1 contender.
For the number 1 contender.
Yeah.
I like the way you think. But that does it.
Mm-hmm.
We got no Raw.
Yeah.
So Nitro wins, right? I mean,
no, yeah, they win. They win.
You're gonna say next week, well, I think they lost. I know what you're doing. Anyways, Nitro wins this week unopposed. Pretty good show.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. For those who watch on the YouTube, listen on the podcast, the Spotify, or wherever podcasts are sold. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the Patreon. It's only $2 a month. I think the Clash of Champions probably be on the Patreon, right?
Yes,
that goes on
Clash
the Patreon.
Champions will be on Patreon.
So if you want to know our take on Clash of Champions, you gotta give us the $2 a month. It pays for everything we do here on the podcast. It really doesn't. It doesn't pay for hardly anything.
Yeah, it pays for a 1/10.
This is very expensive.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy my boy a Christmas present this month, and then the podcast subscription hit, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till next month. So there you have it. There you have it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Monday Night Wars.
Bye, guys.